Hi all, welcome to another Chess24 Banter Blitz. Let's have a look first at the discount code screen. So you can get 15% off with the voucher code Kingscrusher, as you can see on the discount code screen here. And you can challenge me or other streamers, including Magnus Carlsen, the current world chess champion even. It's a fantastic premium member benefit, a once in a lifetime, maybe more than once. You can get to play Magnus Carlsen among other great players, but obviously the world champion is the strongest of them all at the moment. So anyway, let's go to my challenge list today. And Don Williams, a very good player. Okay, this is going to be a tough one to start off with. I hope audio and visual is okay. Let's try c4, the English opening. So knight f6. Alright, this method, I'm going to go d4 actually. I'm not sure I like e4 at the moment. It seems that variation is not particularly comfortable. I'll go bishop g5. So I'll play bishop d3 and knight ge2. That's the plan I've got here with this exchange variation. Try and control that e4 square and maybe castle queenside. So that's how I'm going to spice things up, I think. Queen c2 and try and castle queenside later if I can. I've seen this plan before. I'm immediately threatening bishop takes h7. So that bishop on d6 means that knight's pinned, so maybe that's a little bit suspect, that configuration, a little bit. Will I be controlling the e4 square? Okay, I'm going to stop knight b4. Okay. Now, I'm interested in playing sometimes f3 and e4. I will castle queenside here and try for f3 and e4. Okay, this is going to get dangerous though. I'm wondering if a4 is plausible. Is it too weakening? I think a4 might be a very interesting idea. I'm hoping later for b3. It is a bit scary. If I can get to play b3. Try and sort out my king a bit. I suppose c5. I'm wondering about bishop takes f6 though. Okay. If I took and then king b2, just try and sort my king. Maybe bishop f6 is interesting. Knight g3 to f5. There's c5 on the cards though. And my king's not in the right place, so for the moment, what about king b2? Is that too slow? Or knight g3? I think, yeah, this is a bit scary. c5. There's a possibility to have knight takes on knight a4. Can I batten down the hatches without losing the knight on e2 at the moment? Staring at my knight. I'm playing knight d2. Or can I take here? There's bishop e5 check. If I played knight d2 or knight f5, can I play knight f5? Just trying to get around my opponent's king. dc. Is there a rook left? Now that the bishop's not on this diagonal, I'm wondering dc. possible use of the d4 square on knight takes c5. So I'm hoping knight a4 isn't too dangerous. Okay, can I kick that? Alright, can I get the queens off? Oh, am I losing the exchange? Oh no. I've just realised there's knight f2, isn't there? That wasn't entirely clever. Okay, I've got a little bit of compensation now, I hope. Structural. The knight on f5 is pretty good. Where do I want this knight after? Okay, I'll force this exchange off. If I stop with knight d4 things happening for a moment, then try and arrange the other knight somewhere. I suppose he could go bishop g7 and f5. I have to stop that. Oh, this knight's going to be killed there. Knight d2. Am I completely done over here? Is it offering a draw? I don't know why. This looks like completely hopeless. Have I got any chance with rook d2, f5? That knight's completely killed. You know what? Thanks. Okay, yeah. No, I don't know. I'm lost here, aren't I? Let's just have a look. Yeah, I think losing the exchange there is not good. I think that was just. It was a little bit dangerous. I don't know. Yeah, very generous draw but this, was just a blunder. Queen d3. I mean, making things worse in a difficult position. So rook ac8. Yeah, what do I do with my queen? I'm getting forked now on f2, so that's quite crushing position black's in. Yeah, okay, that was a bit dangerous the way I played things. Okay, yeah, thanks for the draw for then. Okay, yeah, I thought it was a bit scary. It's often a bit scary casting queenside, that sort of thing. Better in theory than in practice there. Alright, this is a more comfortable position, I think, from the opening at the moment. Okay, looks my comfort zone here. So G5 and stuff. Oh, castle here. A5. Where is he casting? We've had a similar game recently, I think, to this. A5. Knight G6, G4. I could activate the rook. It depends if d6 is really super vulnerable or not. Knight b5, knight e8 maybe. Okay. But this c7 does look vulnerable. But queen b6 maybe is useful at some point. If I get the king off the firing line here, a firing line. Or is it in a firing line? Is he just waiting on that rook there for me to play g4? Queen b6, I'm not sure it's doing anything. What about rook f7 for a moment, just trying to control c7? Alright, that would be a pinned knight, and there might be knight h4 after. So maybe it is worth playing g4, maybe with the king there on e2. Well, I'm activating his rook. Just wondering about knight h4 in particular. If I took and then knight h4, it could be a little bit annoying, I hope. Bishop e2. There is queen b6 if rook takes... Oh no, it's not check or anything. What about just supporting this then for a moment? If I have rook g7... If I have rook g2 next, or is this backfiring? That pressure is there's a lot of pressure, but it does introduce queen b6, bishop e1. Okay, is there any bite to queen b6? No, maybe not now. If I get the king off this h-file in advance of doing something. Actually, I've used that g7 square. Could that have been used for the knight to come to g3? I think I'm going to be I think I'm being deflected here from h4. That's a slight stake, but maybe a5. I take on a, he's got e5. Oh, the king's in the wrong place potentially. Not sure what this rook's doing. Okay. Can I improve this rook? Okay, at least there's less pressure on over there. If I take that on that h4, if I do this, I'm hitting h3. Which doesn't seem entirely clever now. Yeah, I'm losing two pieces for a rook. Well, he's not taking that. Okay, I haven't got too many options there. If I had done this, Oh, just lose the h4 for nothing. Playing well today. Oh man, just losing h4 for nothing wasn't ideal. Okay. What about h5? Go back here. Okay, is there any infiltration point? I mean, I hope there isn't. H4 for knight h5. Oh, am I giving some infiltration point? Or is that h3? Is there at least h3? An outside pass pawn. Is it double-edged to do this? Can I play queen g8? Just that pawn looks dangerous. Oh, here's king f1. King f1, any h2, there's king g2. So I might be speeding up my demise, but he's only got 30 seconds here. Am I speeding up the demise by this exchange of queens? What if I keep the queens on? There's at least queen h5 there for a bit of confusion factor. I just hope there isn't an easy entry point to my king that quickly. Oh, there might be h2. So there's knight f5 check, yeah, immediately. Okay, I might have to take here to avoid. And there's a bishop f8 check, incoming bishop f8. h2, maybe I can take. Knight f7, okay, I'll play h2. And a check. And now nothing again. Although I have tied down his queen, I'll avoid this check. Okay, the knight's pinned. Take that one. Okay, the knight is pinned. Is there something like this? Hitting my queen. I'll counter pin over there. Well, that loses piece. The knight takes e7. Whoa. This lost chance saloon. Oh, very tough opponents today to start off with. Not my usual warm up. Thanks. Well played. Falling to bits. Okay. Tango. Okay, knight g6. Bishop c5, a6. That's a plan for this bishop. Okay, if I go bishop d4, d6 plan or not. Maybe, okay, give back that. Give that. Bishop d7 looks a nice waiting move. If I play knight h7, now I got knight h4. He plays g3. Might be a bit pointless, this. G3. G3. Okay, just G3, yes, as expected. So again, okay, not too happy with this opening. Lost my dark square bishop. All right, trying to shake off the negativity. Okay, what opportunities? Queen B8. That's unpin. He could by force go for this pawn maybe if he took and then F4 later. Let's just avoid this double pawn. So F6, knight E7. Plan with F5 later. Although F4 is more effective then. So F6, the bishop moves. Can I afford to lose H5 for a bit of play? So F4, King F8, that sort of thing. Okay. So is F5 plausible now? Or is my king? It's not in the right place, is it? F4 here. There might be the possibility of Queen F8, Queen F6, F4 hitting H4 here. On knight B5, maybe I just take that. So Queen F8, Queen F6, F4. Queen F8, Queen F6. I can't see anything else particularly to do in this position. Maybe F4 immediately is to be considered, but it opens up this G file. This rook's not very active at the moment on H8. It also gives him that D4 square for the bishop. But hang on, wouldn't I just win H4? Is F4 something? Okay. Maybe F4 anyway here, or Queen F8 first, then F4. I'm trying to, if I can get a knight to E5, that would be okay. Okay, this is trouble over here. And it's easy for white to double on C7. So he might have a major point here. If I play rook C8, there's knight A7. Oh, God. Okay. I'm not convinced about this taking business. Yeah, I can just see rook C2 and rook C1. Just on C7. That would just be a dream for white position. A dream. Although C5 looks pretty good here. Alright, let's unpin F. I'm going to lose F5 now. It's going to be a pawn sack. Queen D8, it's going to be a pawn sack. Here, I'm losing F5. I'm going into a pin as well. Can I play this hitting H3, takes, maybe that's, no, I'm opening up my king. F4, keep the F file closed. F4, hitting H3, so takes. Doesn't seem entirely bad now. Takes. Right, maybe it's held up C5 here. I can always take on B5 now on C5. Alright, can I do this? I can play knight E5. Or knight E5, there's bishop F4. Do I want to play like, this E6 looks terrible. E6 looks terrible. Okay, I'm going to offer F4. I want to play rook G8 and something like G5 or something. Well, that's giving me H4 attack potential. So there's g6 and queen h4 potentially. I think I'm back in the game here now, because there might be rook g8, g5 now. So g5, this looks okay now, I think. Right, so I can take that. And just nice juicy sack. Not. There is rook f3. I can do that because there's queen takes if you did that. Take it here. Alright, yeah, I'm back in the game there. Thanks. That was a difficult position. If you want to send the challenges, challenge options today. Yeah, sending you challenges. All challenges welcome. So send your challenges. D4. Now this, I'm thinking G4 is sometimes a lot of fun. For the idea knight f5, G5 and H4. No, G5 is knight E4. That's not so much fun. Let's try and stabilize now. I think I'll need F3 and then G5. Or B4, knight D5. Okay, knight D5. Okay, so on C6, bishop D7. Okay, that's G file. That's interesting, G file. F4. F4 looks interesting. If knight D7, I think there's E5 there. I guess there's knight B6, there's queen takes D6 there. So I can play E5, I think. Knight B6, queen takes D6. It looks like a strong position for a change. So hitting B6 and F6. Right, F6. Take on the 7th. Go for bishop h7. Oh, rook h7. Or bishop c5, rook f7. Yeah, this looks quite dangerous now. Let's see, these bishop takes c5 and rook f7. Yeah, that d file is quite dangerous sometimes, as this shows. Yeah, bishop takes and rook f7. Alright, thanks for the game. Okay. Goggin, Paul. I'll start with knight f6. Okay, we're having a London system fest here, I think. Or not. maybe, I think a6 and c5 I've seen before. Can I do this? Okay, it's quite interesting. If this is with knight c3 instead of a c3 of that London system. So if I took on g3, is that too dangerous? Or bishop e7. I'm just wondering, because that rook's activated, it might be a ready-made kind of attack. I could do this. I think I will do this. Possibly knight e4 and then queen a5. White seems to be moving pieces, the same pieces, a lot in the opening. Okay, so knight e4. Now it looks as though actually c takes and bishop b4 check could be dangerous, quite dangerous indeed. C takes with the king in the center. C takes and bishop b4 check. This looks pretty dangerous. C takes. Okay, so I can kick that first, just in case it's handy for c3. So now it looks as though bishop b4 check. And e5. Or dc. dc. I think, is there something going on with dc, or is e5 better? Maybe this is okay. And I'll go back somewhere. Maybe here. Just wondering about knight b5, d4, in fact. If this bishop is useful for d4. There's another possibility of bishop g4 check, but then f3. If I play d4 here. Actually, there's another idea of knight takes and bishop g4. So there's a few ideas kicking around here. Or rook e8 and then the knight moves somewhere. Check. So rook e8 and then yeah. Okay, I think I will take that. Play this. It looks a shaky king there. d3 check. Okay, that looks like a shaky king, yeah. I think the opening was a bit shaky with the bishop going over there. Yeah, it was a bit shaky earlier. There's a bit of a seesaw check going on here. I think check and then queen b6 check. Or queen d4. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the game, going in. Right. Jan Torrance. I'm playing knight c6 as a pre-move, or not. Maybe not. knight c6. Okay, so tangoing here. Tango. So these dark squares, I like these dark squares on the bishop basically. That's why I like this quite a lot. Knight f6, d6. So knight 6, d6. And bishop a7, d6. Bishop d7, queen c8. If there's a waiting move needed, so bishop e2, bishop d7, castles, queen c8. Waiting move. Does white want to castle? Okay, giving up that dark square bishop would be nice, I think, for knight f4 later. Okay, one waiting move, which isn't so, or not. I could play knight h5, because if knight takes, there's knight takes hitting the bishop. I'll play that. So knight takes hits the bishop. g3, maybe queen c8. Bishop f1. Oh. What if... Okay, I'll castle here. Where am I? I don't think it's... okay, I'm going to castle. Yeah. What about actually knight? If I played knight h4 at some point, or knight f4 here, try and get that e5 square. So rook e8, knight h4. If bishop f4, there's knight g2 check. Now here also there's the possibility of knight e5. Okay, or bishop a4 as an ideal resource to work for towards with queen e8, bishop a4. Okay, I can sneak an idea like that in maybe with this, or I can just take on f2. He takes here, takes, queen takes. Okay, so maybe rook e8 is better with the idea of queen e8. So I'm putting more pressure on e4. Introducing bishop a4, which probably introduces bishop f2 more. Okay, so bishop f2 must be on by this point, or like in fact I could have played it there, because yeah, knight takes, and there's knight takes d3 without the rook protecting d3. So I think I had bishop f2. Okay, I had bishop f2. Bishop f2 is on here, it seems. Right, can I not just... Alright, I'll take here. Alright, so actually, if bishop takes, there's knight takes f3, so I think that might be nicking a pawn this. If check, king h8, okay, so bishop takes, knight takes f3, knight takes, d takes. This seems to be winning a pawn anyway. Bishop a4 is still also interesting sometimes. Immediately though, f3 has to be dealt with. f3. So bishop a4. Can I take that? I was wondering about f6. If rook g1, f6. Or is that too weakening? Go here. How's the queen coming? Oh, the queen could come via h7. Hang on, this could be really dangerous. So that's threatening queen over there. I see. Can I stop that with f5? I lose g5. e4. e4, rook e4, bishop f5, rook e7, bishop c2. Maybe e4 is one way. Just have this bishop f5 business. So rook e4, bishop f5, rook e7 takes, check, king g8. I think I'm okay there. So bishop f5 coming up. Alright, thanks for the game, gentlemen. Fire spell. Okay. Play e4 for a bit of variety. So look at this avatar for a moment. Oh, the clouds. Okay, cool. So do the countdown here. I think 1 elephant to... Oh, we got a game. Pardon me. Okay. French defense. The neural networks seem good against the French defense. I've noticed. Can I do anything against French defense? Okay. This one. So this goes here to support d4 and e5. Fancy this opening. It's this one here, I believe. Alright, that does seem thematic. And try g3. If I take here. King f2 seems to be a bit dodgy because of knight e5 here. Unless I've got something like... Okay, so bishop d2 instead. Bishop h3. This can be a little bit scary, this position, if black castles and gives up e6. I witnessed a game where Adams lost years back against Andy Mack with this pawn sack here. He lost control of the position. Yeah, one needs to know the theory. I'm going to castle and give up maybe e5 here because the king's now exposed. So bishop g5 check and king g2 to unpin away from that d pawn. That d pawn, unpin the d pawn. So king g2, I feel a bit safer. So king g2. So there's potentially a nice space advantage if one can survive the storm. There's a nice space advantage here. Knight h4 doesn't seem to do much here. Bishop f4. Am I attempting g5 though? I'll play this one here, and I've got queen h5. If I have knight c3, the queen h5. Right, if I just take that, it looks as though there's a lot of king safety targets, and at least 3 pawns for the piece. There's 2 pawns for the piece, 3 pawns for the piece. The queen can also get in via f1, it seems here, potentially. There's 4 pawns for the piece. Bishop takes. There's another pawn. Okay, go for another pawn. With a knight e6, emergent knight e6. If rook takes, queen takes, knight d4, queen f7. If knight e6 here, picking up the exchange. Alright, let's pick up the rook. Let's check. So check. If I do this, so queen h5, queen h8. If knight takes, okay, there's knight takes. Maybe I think still queen h5 for queen h8. If queen takes, there's knight e6. In fact, there's okay, queen h5. There's queen b2, king h1. Okay, so that might make that worth it. Queen h5. So fret then queen h8. I'm hoping king h1 is plausible here. Queen h8 threatens. It's dangerous looking. Alright, thanks for the game, Farspell. Yeah, there's a bit of interest in this opening. I just want to quickly mention something. I think black, this is, blimey, it has white as winning here. That looks a bit mean. Oh yeah, with the king there. No. This position, I think, yeah, if black castles, and it's dangerous to take on e6, I think this is the game which, look at this, how the evaluation plunges. Rook f1 apparently is the best. It's like a poisoned pawn. It's like a gambit here. This position, I think Adams went down in. It's you might have, like, if you take here, then it just gets nasty quite quickly. It can do. For example, like this. And you can't take that because of queen f2. So this looks like scary. In fact, there's other stuff going on here as well. Like this. Okay, it gets very interesting to consider sacrificing e6 and d5. Any French defense players probably aware of this, but you can often sacrifice e6 and d5 in this kind of situation. And if I castle, then I think black, yeah, just uses that d pawn. So it is kind of a sharp variation, this whole thing. Okay. I'll play d4 to reserve the use of the c pawn, maybe. Oh, alright, we're having a gambit. I'll try and let's see what this gambit does. Right, it doesn't look completely terrifying just yet, this gambit. Rook e1, knight f1, knight g3 if needed. That safeguards h2. Alright, so there's a bit of pressure. Can I play knight g3? Queen c2. What? Well, queen c2. I wonder. Takes knight d4 with that pinned c pawn. Sometimes, but I'm hitting the knight though. So at the moment, okay. What does black do about the knight? Okay, that does that. Okay. I guess here queen c2. There's bishop f3, knight d4 to consider. Is there like queen b3 or something? Queen b3 or knight h4? Queen b3, queen a4. Okay, my queen needs some squares. Bishop e3 might be plausible if e5 d5. Is that plausible? Can I play bishop e3? Right, now get this queen out. Can I go with tempo or something? Hitting a7. Yeah, I don't like the pressure around my king. Let's just do this because it looks as though there's some sack happening with knight g3 or bishop g3 maybe. d5 actually hits that bishop sneakily. Might not be too bad as a counter pawn sack if needed. If he took, yeah, it takes ed. But it also, oh, okay. This is getting violent, this game now. Bishop f2, bishop f2, bishop f3, g takes, bishop h2, king h1, queen g3. No, there isn't queen g3. Can I not just do bishop f2? I mean, I'm just thinking takes bishop h2, isn't it? There's queen f4. Oh, I think I'm going to test it this way. So is it sound or not? Is it like d5 is a defensive idea, but I don't want this rook coming in. Maybe a safer approach is a rook left, a defensive rook left, rook e4. Rook e4 to rook g4. Rook e4 here. Does give rise to d5 here, maybe for rook takes f4. Okay, there is a rook left coming. Okay, let's do this. There's possibly, yeah, anytime d5 is handy, like here, could be considered to hit that bishop. d5 here. Hitting the bishop. Okay. There's a rook g4. Rook g, yeah, that's good news, I think, about the bishop. Alright, thanks. Yeah, interesting, yeah, dangerous looking. As a non-premier member challenge here, I have to decline that, by the way. Yeah, send off your challenges, guys. I think I've played this guy earlier. I think I'm just going to play Sancho to start off with, because I've played... Yeah, send off some new challenges if you want, or rematch challenges. Challenges, welcome, yeah. Okay. I'll try and play your as uniquely as possible, though, if you haven't already had a game. So, yep. Bishop g7. I'm going to have to take... Try and drive this way. Oh, looks a bit scary. This idea of d6. Should I be bothered? I don't know. I hope it's not as scary as it might seem. d5, d6. It's a bit committal from white. Can I play b5 now for bishop b7? So bishop b7. Okay, bishop b7. Okay, now knight a5 could be interesting. Oh, this is getting a bit scary. I'm kicking over here so I can play f6 without getting exterminated. Or is there knight f6? I don't know. Wow. Do I get a chance for f6? Okay, I'm hoping f6 is okay. Knight a5, that sort of thing. Knight a5 would seem useful. Threatening knight takes d5. I'm on e4. I think I can take on e4. Unless there's a loose knight on. I can't see how it's exploited immediately. Can I take on e4? have to be wary about loose pieces. So I think the knight's coming to c4 anyway. The queen can go to d5 here. That's a nice blockade square. And knight c4. Try and contest the e file. Hold this one up. Although there is rook c5. Knight c4 first. If b3, knight takes e3. It does something about that knight as well, though. Okay, as well as the pawn. And just c6. Is there a big problem with c6? Okay, so he was okay. What's the plan here? Rook c5, e5. Is that something? Do I get a chance to play rook e8? No. Alright, if I play rook e8. F5 might be interesting at some point. Not here, really. Okay, not here. A5. Queen f4. If I provoke g3, queen f4 might be annoying. Provocative to provoke some extra weaknesses. Queen f4. I think this would give me a chance to double the rooks. If I have a chance to double the rooks. Okay, f takes. That opens up that rook a bit. And bishop h6 might be interesting, or even bishop takes e5 is possible here, isn't it? Because knight takes, queen takes f2. Is there some tactic? Rook takes, queen b2, d6. He could get his exchange back. Unless I have something amazing. Is that really happening? If I played rook takes e5, it doesn't happen like that. Actually, it seems, because knight takes queen f2, it takes, there's no queen b2. If I play it like this, bishop takes, there's rook takes, queen b2, which seems awkward, because if d6, then is that really? Okay. Let's just think. Rook takes e5 seems safe enough. Rook takes e5 seems safe enough. Right. Rook e3 seems plausible. Rook takes f3. Takes. Bishop d4 looks crushing. Mind you, he's got queen g2. Maybe that wasn't entirely clever. It's kind of unnecessary thing to have done. Let's keep the queens on, I suppose. I think I've lost the plot. get the queens off because I've got a load of pawns here. If I have bishop f6 and queen d5, that might be enough. d5, queen e4. c5, c4, I've got connected pass pawns here. I think I'm going to start pre-moving. Oh, okay, hold on. Get the queens off. Let's finally bishop d4 on the better circumstance. Oh, hang on. Alright, there's queen d4 and d2 to rook f6. Yeah, okay, it was a bit dodgy that, losing the exchange. Let's have a quick look at that. It seems just initially attractive, but it's not quite what I expected. I was getting carried away because of the extra pawns. So the computer thinks this isn't good. No? Queen g2. Oh, black's still better. Alright, it's the pawns, I think, which make the difference here. Right, the pawns are pretty dangerous. Oh, hang on. There was queen takes f6. Oh. Okay, lucky escape there. Okay, there was queen takes f6. Okay. Yeah, some rematches are possible today. e4. Playing Smith-Morra. This Moroxy bind set up. So knight ge2, castling f3, that sort of Moroxy bind is the plan here, I think. Put the king over here. Knight g3, b3, bishop b2, that sort of thing. It's going to drive the knight back. Let's have h1. I'm going to go to h1 for fun. I hope it's fun because I'm going to reroute the knight. It's a Nimzovichian idea. Knight h1, f3, knight f2 to re-centralize the knight. I don't know if Nimzovich was taking the mickey in some of his games. This is for his system. But he had this idea like the knight could go to the extreme corner and come back with a vengeance. There were some examples of that, I think. Let's protect this guy just in case I want f4 in the future. So he's not tempted by h4. It does kind of weaken that pawn. I wonder if I'm going to do this to stop the fawn pawn possibility, which is pretty dangerous, as we know from neural network chess. Fawn pawn's pretty dangerous. So, okay, h4 is that pawn weak. I play knight h1. I'm going to re-centralize that knight later. It's an open invitation for knight h1, which is not being accepted here. That's annoying. It's just annoying. Okay, so bishop c1. I'll play bishop c1 and queen d2 then. If it's needed. But this open invitation is just not being accepted. Bishop c1. Maybe bishop goes back. Bishop e3. Queen d2. Rearranging the pieces at the moment. f4. I think I'm going to go for f. Gives the blockade square. Huge blockade square, e5. Just on a plate. Isn't it better to play knight d5 and open up this bishop? Knight d5. Try and open up this guy. Then this knight is justified because the knight takes h5. This bishop's activated, pinning that pawn. Knight d5. Takes, pinning the pawn. Knight takes h5. Okay, so there's knight takes h5 on the cards here. If I take on d4 first, just to avoid any naughty business, do I need to investigate what exactly that is, though? If I took on h5 immediately, that knight, I don't know if I can tolerate the knight really. So, yeah, okay. The bishop could drop back. Queen g5 to queen h4. Queen g5 gives an interest in knight f6. So yes, bishop drops back, queen g5. Isn't there now queen h4? Or is knight f6? There's one or two things going on here. All right, rook b e1 as well. Maybe a rook left. Rook e4. Okay, I can double the pawns. I think shattering the pawns is a good idea. And carrying on with the rooks. So knight f4 holds e2, that entry point e2. So something like maybe blockading immediately. Knight f4, g3, king g2, king f3, h4. This is kind of set up where I can probably later sack the exchange on d4, play b4, c5 later. So as long as the entry points of the rooks are held up, I think an exchange sack would be interesting later. So g3, you can centralize the king on f3. I can play rook e4 if he wants to hold against an exchange sack. So sometimes an exchange sack is a way of increasing a position, but it's not happening at the moment. I'll put the king on f3, just to hold up against bishop e5 anyway, king f3. If he took, g takes. Oh, there's rook takes f4. Alright, I can kick his king away with h4 check. Alright, so preparing for a potential exchange sack. I can also go with b4 here for c5. Alright, so there's b4, takes, possibility of c5 trying to get past pawns. Kick this guy away from f4. b4, so I'm being put under pressure here. Takes this idea of rook g4 to hit f4. There was going to be rook d4. So given that, I'll play b4 with the idea c5. Trying to get some pass pawns going. A la leader chess. So here, rook c1. Trying to get some pass pawns going. Alright, so c6. There's a pass pawn. Only one there. There's rook c4. Hang on. There's rook c4. This gives the more options. There's knight d5 now for c7. All right, thanks for the game. Okay, Olaf rematch. Knight f6 this time. d5 or g6. d5. If I play this, a temporary pawn sack or queen c7. I think b4. I think I just play bishop b7 anyway. I think there's opportunity there on b4, unless I'm overestimating. It's possible. I just thought activate this bishop. Okay, maybe this is wrong. Knight e5. There's bishop f4. Okay, I'll protect this guy. Maybe for knight d5. Bishop c6 gives rise to not just queen b7 but a5. Bishop c6 and queen b7 might be interesting. Or not. Now he's threatening things like c6. Maybe this wasn't so clever. Okay, try and do something about c6. Have I got knight c5 on the cards? There's an a takes, there's b4 then. As well as hitting the bishops, a took there, still b4 lurking around. Rook c1, b4. So knight takes c5 might be interesting. Hit c3 and g5. Knight takes c5. Go for it, I think. If takes, I'm on another one on c3 there. But b4, okay, the bishop's protected. b4, idea b4. So rook c1, b4. By the way, I don't know if any of you are on Netflix or Amazon. You can get to see master game footage, and it's quite interesting. Even the 15-year-old, like I thought, he's seeing these variations that I thought were pretty tricky to see, and he was only 15 on master game. But he did. I don't know. He did beat up some in the master game series on the faster time control. He did well against the GMs, but there was like in the one I saw there was Gligorich, who's a classic King's Indian player. So this is all, if you've got yeah, it's worth checking out this stuff, which is available. Okay, so queen takes c3. I don't know if any of you know about the master game, if you've seen the master game. Okay, bishop takes. This looks good because rook c1 I can just take for the two rooks. This looks good all of a sudden. So this was an interesting idea. I don't usually do this idea of just a full pawn sack there. I thought it was a bit of an experimental idea. But so far it seems very nice. Have any of you seen the master game? Yeah, it's just a very interesting. It was a very interesting TV series. Any of you seen that? So I'm going to make way for my king to have some air with g6. Maybe king g7. I'm hoping I can just retract the rook here without going into something nasty. Right, now there is, I can still take on that back row potentially, but then there's rook d1. Okay, so king g7. I can play queen b4, I think, to rook c1. Right, now h5. From h4 maybe. If I prompt him to play rook c1, or do I want to play something like b4 and bishop c3? There's some interesting options here. Queen g4 might not be too terrible. Or famous last words. Is it terrible? I don't know. Is it? I mean, as long as he's not getting to that pawn, it gets the queens off. Rook c2. Rook c2 looks active. h4 looks dangerous for a build-up on to break that 7th rank. Queen f3 looks dangerous now. e4 I just take on e4. I think queen f3 looks dangerous. So I'm threatening h takes g. Bishop e5 looks pretty dangerous, with ideas like bishop g3. And then queen takes rook f2. That looks pretty dangerous. Rook takes f2 is not doing anything here, I guess. If I take the queens off here, there's rook a2 or g5. Maybe g5 keeps that nice bishop there. Why does it keep the queens on? This king's a bit weak. If I keep the queens on, or queen e2, I wonder if he's got f4. I've got bishop c3 then. Knight c6. This is getting a bit messy. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to just do this. Try and keep things a little bit simple. He's going to blunt my bishop now. There's the bishop can go there though. He's going to get a pawn back. He's getting a pawn back. Can I get my rooks doubled? Maybe it's not so bad if I double the rooks. Bishop e3. There's bishop f2, bishop g3. Well, there's rook b3 and then bishop g3. Rook g3. Bishop e3. Well, there's check. When's the exchange, at least? So there's rook f4 mating. Alright, yeah, that was a fun one. Thanks for that, Olaf. I didn't do that pawn sack before. It was a bit of experiment. I was aware of b4. I just thought sometimes this c8 bishop just loses the entire game. I thought it's important to activate it. Okay. No shelling forward to beat me up this week, totally. No shelling forward. Some respite finally. Is he saving himself up for Magnus Carlsen, maybe? Have any of you guys got to play Magnus Carlsen yet? Okay, yeah, if I castle, yeah. Alright, there's queen h4, and then if g3, queen takes e4. Although it's rather crude, I do seem to be double attacking h2 and e4. That centre pawn could be handy. Depends what sort of backfire compensation there is, but it looks like a nice centre pawn at the moment. In fact, it seems as though bishop d3, queen f4 would prompt g3, which weakens h3. So maybe that's worth doing, just to prompt g3. Yeah, on the crude move, but does something subtle as well. His weaknesses. I don't want to lose the bishop to f4. And this is a tactic there. I'll go with queen f5 instead. This. Okay, so f4, there's bishop f6. I'm hitting h3 as well. If I drop the queen back, I'm worried about f4 still. Is there bishop f5? Bishop f5, there's knight f3 to h4 potentially. But there's bishop f6 there, stopping knight h4. I left b7 hanging. If he took, then there's rook b8 to b2 maybe. Okay. This. It is opposite coloured bishops. Try and keep the queens on. Try and keep things interesting. c6, d5, maybe. Right. Can I weaken the dark squares a bit to celebrate my bishop? He's weakening the light squares with that move, though. That's a bit naughty. Okay. So he's weakening light squares for his. That's got more scope now. That bishop on g2. If I have some more scope on these dark squares, if I provoke, he's looking at my rook as well. Don't like the look of that. I'll do this for the moment. See if he's interested in g4. Nope. Okay. And I've just lost the centre pawn with that exchange. That wasn't clever. And this is hg. Hang on. And bishop e3 after. Okay. Let's keep that centre pawn. Okay, I've got some dark squares to play with bishop e3. Would this be enough? It's going into a sort of pin as well. Could be careful about d8. How would I protect things? So he's always got rook e3. Right, that's an interesting little puzzle. Rook c8, rook b8. It's ridiculous looking. Just to be able to play rook e6 without rook e3. I think I'm safe to play rook e6, whatever it does. He's always got bishop f5. Let's just check if he's playing bishop f5. Yeah. Well, I do get to double the rooks. Whatever that means here. If I can double the rooks, what does that give? Anything? Might need another plan here. a5, a4. Actually, I've just realised something. My king could be useful coming into the game here. If it crosses there, there's rook e3 though. I can. No, that's a bit dangerous. What about just a4 here? If it takes rook a8. Can I take this guy? Take this guy just in case. That's handy. Alright, put this back for a moment. So a4. Ah! Okay. f5? Isn't f5 a problem here? Because my king's not on the light square, there's no check or anything. So f5, king f4, there's doubling against e3. Alright, things are looking up, I think. Getting the king up. Check. Take this guy. Check. Get the rook off. Take this guy. Cut the king. Alright, thanks for the game. Alright, thanks. Fun week. I hope you got something out of it. 1 fun, 10 boring. Have a nice rest day, Sunday, if you rest. And nice week. Thanks very much. See you next week. Cheers.